Welcome to Daily Gossip. You will get daily Hollywood and sports updates here. Remember to subscribe for the latest videos. The basketball world stood still when the news broke. Kyrie Irving, one of the most electrifying players in the NBA, had torn his ACL. It wasn't just a setback for the Dallas Mavericks or a blow to their championship hopes. It was a gut-wrenching moment that echoed through the hearts of fans, teammates, and even rivals. Kyrie, with his poetic ball handling and uncanny ability to deliver in clutch moments, had become more than just a basketball player. He was a symbol of resilience, artistry, and unapologetic individuality. His injury in January was more than a physical ailment. It was a moment that forced everyone to reckon with the fragility of greatness. As the season surged forward without him, whispers of doubt began to surface. Could the Mavericks sustain their rhythm? Could Luka Doncic shoulder the burden alone? And more pressingly, would Kyrie ever return to the form that made him a legend? In this deeply emotional and intense journey, we explore every layer of Kyrie's road to recovery, the state of the Mavericks in his absence, the emotional reactions from fans and the league, and the growing optimism now suggesting a miraculous return may be on the horizon. From the moment Kyrie crumpled to the court, clutching his knee, it was clear this wasn't just a minor tweak. The Mavericks medical staff knew immediately they were dealing with something serious. The diagnosis, a torn ACL, the time frame for recovery, anywhere from 9 to 12 months, with no guarantees. Yet what stood out even more than the pain on Kyrie's face was the immediate surge of support that poured in. Teammates rallied around him. Fans flooded social media with love and prayer emojis. And the league, often so competitive and cutthroat, united in concern for one of its most beloved stars. For Kyrie, this wasn't his first brush with adversity. His career has been defined by brilliance and controversy, inspiration and misunderstanding. But this time, the battle wasn't external, it was internal. The fight was against his own body, his own limitations, and true to form, Kyrie didn't shy away from the challenge. Behind closed doors, the journey was brutal. ACL rehab is one of the most physically and mentally taxing recoveries in sports. There were days he could barely walk, days where the pain seemed insurmountable, nights filled with doubts and silence. But Kyrie isn't wired to surrender. Every moment of suffering became a source of motivation. Every setback fueled his desire to return stronger. He turned to meditation, spiritual healing, and visualization techniques. His inner circle, including family and close friends, kept him grounded. He drew inspiration from legends like Derrick Rose and Klay Thompson, players who had faced devastating injuries and returned to shine once more. Slowly, day by day, the light at the end of the tunnel began to flicker. Reports began surfacing in March Kyrie was ahead of schedule. He was already doing non-contact drills. Mavericks insiders hinted at how focused and determined he looked during closed training sessions. Coaches saw the fire in his eyes. Trainers said his mental focus was unlike anything they'd seen before. And now, in April, that flicker has grown into a full flame. Multiple league sources have reported that there's genuine optimism surrounding Kyrie Irving's return, not next season, this season. While no official date has been set, insiders claim that if the Mavericks make a deep playoff run, there's a real possibility that Kyrie could return to the lineup by the Western Conference Finals. Can you imagine the storyline Kyrie Irving counted, outwritten off rising from injury to rejoin his team in the most critical moments? It would be the stuff of legends, a Hollywood script brought to life on the hardwood. And don't think for a second that Kyrie doesn't know the weight of that possibility. As a man of symbols and moments, returning now when the team needs him. most would be poetic justice. A statement that even when life tries to break, your resilience always has the last word. But this isn't just about Kyrie. The Mavericks themselves have undergone a transformation in his absence. Luka Doncic has stepped into an even larger leadership role, carrying the offensive load with grace and fire. The bench has deepened, young players have risen. But there's still a missing piece: Kyrie's veteran presence, his clutch shooting, his ability to shift momentum in an instant. The organization knows it, the fans feel it, and Luka, though brilliant, understands how much easier the path becomes with Kyrie by his side. The potential reunion could be electrifying. Their chemistry before the injury was finally starting to click. Kyrie's off-ball movement complemented Luka's playmaking perfectly. The duo was beginning to look unstoppable. Now with Kyrie possibly returning just as the stakes reach their peak, the dream may finally come full circle. Fans across the globe are holding their breath. Social media is abuzz with speculation. Every leaked video of Kyrie shooting, every training update, every cryptic post he shares is dissected for clues. Hope is alive, and it's growing. Even rival players are watching closely. There's a sense that something special is brewing, something that could change the trajectory of the playoffs entirely. And let's be honest, the NBA is better with Kyrie in it. Love him or criticize him, he brings an intensity and unpredictability that few others do. His story is one of courage, redemption, and relentless spirit. A return now would not just be about winning games. It would be a victory for everyone who has ever faced the abyss and dared to believe in a comeback. As the playoffs approach, the spotlight will only get hotter. The Mavericks are staying tight-lipped, not wanting to overpromise. But behind the scenes, sources confirm that Kyrie is doing everything possible to make it back. He wants this. He feels the responsibility. He feels the love from the fans. And he wants to give it back. It's not just about basketball anymore. It's about legacy, about soul, about proving to himself and the world that the story isn't over. If he returns, it won't be just another game. It'll be a moment of triumph, a testament to faith, willpower, and the healing power of hope. So here we are, waiting, watching, hoping, because in sports, as in life, it's the unexpected that moves us most. And a Kyrie Irving return this season, that would be the twist no one saw coming, but everyone needed.